Greetings, YouTubians, and welcome back to Wayne's Sharp World, and happy freaking Friday, or should I say, happy Fixed Blade Friday, because today we are taking a look at all of my personal favorite fixed blade knives. These are fixed blade knives I love for various applications, ranging from EDC to general outdoors, to even a couple of these you could probably consider survival knives. So we're going to get into all of them. There is absolutely no rules or limitations to this video outside of it's got to be a fixed blade. Now, with that being said, there are going to be a decent amount of Kizers in here because I get sent a lot of Kizer fixed blade knives. They're great knives, but I do have a nice spread of companies here. Let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 different companies in this video. So while there's going to be a good portion of Kizers, we're covering 7 total companies. It's going to be fun. Let me stop blabbing. Let's get into it and get started with one of the most thought of and most common fixed blade companies out there. I personally love them, and that is Morakniv. And there's a couple things that I love about this company. One, they come in every type of cost, or every level of cost. You can get these things for as low as I think like $17-20, maybe even as low as $11. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of things that make up that cost or don't make up that cost. They're going to be different sizes, different materials, different everything. But the general Morakniv is a phenomenal value. It is a great knife. It's not the ultimate premium everything, but it just works for a knife that you can just beat and abuse on. This one here, I have not used a whole lot. I actually have 2. The one that I use is in my bag, I think somewhere in the garage, but I really don't know. So I figured I would just pull this one out for the video, but they're great. I mean, they're extremely sharp. They are perfect for what they are, which is, whittling wood, survival, outdoorsy camping activities. There's just about there's really nothing you can't do with one of these knives. I mean, it is a typical knife, but it is made to live and beat around in the outdoors. And they do a really good job of making it just that. I mean, the materials aren't too expensive. The materials represent what you're supposed to do with it. So it's just a really, really nice, reliable, solid knife to take into the outdoors and get wild with. And without a doubt, a knife that should be, or a fixed blade that should be on any fixed blade knives list. Any Morakniv in general. I mean, again, everyone has their favorites. This one, I can't really say it's a favorite of mine because I haven't used this one yet, but the one that I have in my camping gear, that's gotten some love. So definitely always look at a Morakniv if you're looking for just a good, affordable value fixed blade to take out into the wilderness. It's hard to go wrong. I'll have this one and the other one I have that I probably can say a lot more about linked in the video. Of course, there's links for everything, but yeah, Morakniv, very, very solid company. Next up here, we're going from big to small, and we're going from outdoors and survival to EDC, and really nice EDC with the Kizer Muskrat. This is another one. It's very simple. There's nothing super special here. The most special thing about this knife is the ergonomics. It feels amazing in hand. We're looking at D2 blade steel for $49. Now, I think there's a couple versions. I think that there may be a different blade steel, I think. But it will vary a little on the price. These start at $49, like I said. And yeah, just a great little fixed blade EDC. This is another one. The only thing that I don't really like about this knife is really nothing with the knife. The knife in general is fantastic. I really don't like the clip that it came with. The sheath is great, but the clip itself, it's more of just a belt clip. This knife is small enough, and for me personally, I would have liked to have seen like some type of pocket clip on this, like almost like an Ulta clip or something that would just really snatch on to your actual pocket, carry this in the pocket. That would be my preferred way of carry. But minus the sheath attachment, this piece is super solid, really good, excellent in the hand. And it's made by Kizer, so you know it's going to be good. You know it's going to have a razor sharp edge. You know, in terms of performance, it's going to hold up. Yeah, it just comes down to really what size and what form of carry you're looking for with your fixed blade, because not everyone carries them on a belt. Some people for pocket carry, some people do a scout carry, which is still on the belt, but a different way of carrying. But yeah, the Muskrat is the smallest fixed blade, or one of the smallest fixed blades on this list, and one of the best small fixed blades I've handled in quite a while. Next up here is one that I personally like, but I think other people love it. This is the Militaw from Kizer. For me, this is more of kind of like, I personally probably wouldn't EDC this because it's a little long for me to like just regular EDC. But it is kind of like a nice hybrid between an EDC and something that you would take into the outdoors or camping. Could be nice for camping just to like, to cut meat and eat with, because it is about the size of kind of like a steak knife. So there could be some benefits there. Or of course, I mean, if you're just into EDC and bigger fixed blades, this is going to be just fine as well. It's a great design, very affordable, coming in at $68 and up, because there's a few versions of this. There's a premium version, there's a couple budget versions. So some really good stuff going on with this. A lot of options. If you like the regular folding Militaw, I don't know why you would not like the fixed blade Militaw. Feels great in hand, looks very good. Definitely heavy resemblance to the folder version itself. And again, another phenomenal sheath. Kizer does A+ work on their sheaths. I mean, listen to this. Such a good retention, and it is in there solid. No wiggle whatsoever, and that's with basically every Kizer sheath. They do a really good job. A lot of companies do a good job. It's not just Kizer, but again, I've handled so many Kizer fixed blades. I really say a lot of good things about their sheaths because they are just so consistently good and reliable. So really big fan of that. Really big fan of this knife, the Kizer Militaw fixed blade. Next up here, we have another different brand, and this is kind of a legendary brand. I would say when it comes to survival knives and fixed blades, ESEE is a big boy out there. They are a big name, and this is probably my favorite ESEE. And it's a little silly, but this is the ESEE Izula in S35 VN. Now, I was so excited when this thing came out. I bought it right away. This is the first production run. And to be honest, I haven't carried it a whole lot. I've probably carried this thing like 5 or 6 times. And I even spent all the extra money because, so the S35 version here, this is going to run you right around $87, but then this little, the scales here were separate. So that was another, I think, 40 or 50 bucks. Then I got this from, I can't even remember the name of the company, but that's their symbol. I'm sure a lot of people will recognize that. I can't remember the name of it. It's been a while since I bought this thing. But altogether, this is a fantastic little piece. Phenomenal sheath. Don't necessarily love the attachment here, but for the size of the knife, it actually does work to just slide onto the belt, scout style, and it actually works really well. But yeah, feels pretty good in the hand. I wish the actual scales themselves would have covered the hole. You'll see here in the next knife, it does, and it makes a huge difference. But ESEE just does phenomenal work. They make some of the best fixed blades out there for the money. They've been around for a long time, a very trusted name. And to have a smaller knife like this, it's just, it comes in extremely handy in EDC. And it's really hard not to like this one. The only knock on this, and really I don't even know if that's a knock, because at $87, you're not paying much more than you are for a lot of these other knives. I mean, maybe, $30 to $40, which is a considerable amount, but still, you're getting the best quality and just a very, very, very good name behind the product, which is important to me. And I think it's important to a lot of you, because when we buy something, we want to be able to rely on it. And when you buy an ESEE, you can definitely rely on it. Very good stuff. The Izula is fantastic. Next up here, as I was alluding to, the hole with the scale over it. This is from Kizer. This is the Beaver. Such a great name. This is a fun beaver to hold in your hand. I had to go there. But so anyway, huge ergonomical difference and advantage for the Beaver. I do For the price, for the ergos, I like the Beaver more than the Izula. Now, these knives aren't necessarily in order, but I put these two next to each other to talk about this because ergos are so important on a fixed blade knife. It's one of the most important things because there's no action to worry about. So it really comes down to just what blade shape you're looking for, the materials, and the ergos. And man, oh man, does the Beaver feel a million times better than the Izula. One of the reasons I don't carry the Izula that much anymore because of the ergonomical disadvantage I have. But this feels really good. Yes, I feel the hole, but with the same thickness back there, feels really good in hand. This one here is with D2 steel. These start at $48. So yeah, for $48, no issue whatsoever there. It's a smaller knife, but again, maybe you need to have a smaller knife or prefer a smaller knife. Really hard to go wrong with this guy right here. The Kizer Beaver is one of the many very, very solid fixed blade offerings from Kizer. In terms of a body and hole and value in selection, you really can't beat Kizer's fixed blade selection right now. You truly, honestly can't. But there are other companies like Cold Steel making badass fixed blades that you need to know about. This is one of them. This is the SRK. And this is arguably the best value in the whole video. This handful of monstrous steel here is coming in at $35. $35 for this particular version. Now they do go up because the steels are different. This particular steel here is SK5, which is a very, very strong steel, but it's not a perfectly balanced steel. You'll have to do your own research there. But for the application of this particular knife, which is simply to be an absolute beater in a tank, something you can put through as much as you can possibly try, that's what it serves its purpose for, and that's what it's good for. And for $35, you get a phenomenal knife with a razor sharp edge. We all know Cold Steel does an amazing job with their edges out of the box. But then you also get a very nice sheath that is super strong, super durable. You have a nice strap here to kind of just hold it all in evenly, and you can carry that in your bag or on your belt loop or however you want to do it. Cold Steel is probably the best. They may very well. Mora's right up there too. It's kind of a hand in hand between Cold Steel and Mora on who makes the best fixed blade. In terms of just Scandi grinds and typical outdoor use, Mora's probably better in my opinion, but for just straight up hardcore survival and just having a fun knife to just absolutely beat the hell out of, Cold Steel probably has the advantage there. Just a great piece, feels amazing in hand, excellent grip on this handle. This is a rubberized handle. I can't remember the exact name of the rubber type, but it feels excellent. Perfect size and thickness in terms of handle, and the blade itself, I mean, look at that. That is a big blade. We're talking, I think, a 7.5 inch blade here. Just an absolute beast. Thick stock, very acute edge here. I don't know if you could strike a ferro rod with that or not. You could try. I don't know, though. It's coated, so you'd probably have issues. But overall, just a super, super solid knife. And again, $35, guys. $35 for this. You can get more upgraded steels that are going to be considerably more, but there's a few options for this. I'll have a search link below to see all the options, but yeah, easily one of, if not the best value knife on this entire list. And coming from such a big name in Cold Steel too, you can't go wrong there. You also really couldn't go wrong with this guy, but there was one thing that I think is wrong with this. This is the Bestech Step. Now, this is not even available yet. I believe this is going to be available on March 28th, I believe. I'll have a link to it, but I believe this is available March 28th. This is definitely just an EDC knife for me, but I love the feel in hand. I love the overall shape of just the full blade and handle. It feels amazing in the hand. $69.90 for this with D2 steel. Great edge. The only thing that I really have an issue with is it doesn't come with any attachment on the sheath. Now the sheath itself it's great. It's just as good as a Kizer sheath, but you need to attach it to your belt or your pocket somehow. So there's a couple options. Pretty much all of the Kizer sheaths, this has the same hole spacing, so you could use just about any sheath attachment on this. That's a standardized space there, so you can easily get an attachment to put on this and not pay a lot. I mean, probably like $3 to $5 is my guess. So it shouldn't be too expensive to add one on to that. Once you do that, you're good to go. Now, if you want to just make this a backpacking knife, you could also do that and just throw it in your backpack, then you wouldn't have to buy an extension. But I don't know how well I think this was kind of marketed towards an outdoor EDC knife. But any type of EDC knife for me is something that you should be able, it should come with something to attach to either your belt or your pocket or on your person somehow and carry it. This doesn't have that. So that's the only issue here. But in terms of the knife itself, I do love it. It is really, really nice in hand, like I said. Great edge, jimping in just the right spot. Phenomenal fit and finish on the micarta. There's a nice milling job there that really helps feel that texture and secure it in the hand. It's a great piece. In terms of the knife itself, it's a great piece in every single way at a very solid price. Just got to get an attachment for that sheath. That's the only drawback. But I would still recommend it. If you're okay having to get the attachment, the Bestech Step. Next up here is a special one from Kizer. This is the Buddy. Now, this is not one you can get on their website yet. This came as a Kickstarter project. I know a lot of people complain about Kickstarter projects, but this is one of the better small EDC knives I've ever handled. And basically, when I say small EDC knives, I'm talking about the Buddy, the Muskrat, and the Izula. Those are pretty much the three. Those are the only three nice, really good fixed blades I have in my collection that I really, really like, that I have carried somewhat often and have enjoyed. So that is basically the extent of my love for small fixed blades. But the Buddy does kind of stand out because, again, it's just a very, very simple knife with a nice blade. Probably the only knife in my entire collection that I left the lanyard on. And the reason I did that is because the whole lanyard itself is very close to the handle. So when I'm using this knife, I actually benefit from the lanyard being on there because my pinky is basically off the handle. But with the lanyard being so close to the end of the knife, end of the handle, it kind of acts as an extension. So it feels good in the hand and I actually benefit from having it. I'm kind of a minimalist when it comes to if I don't need it, I don't want it. And I usually don't need a lanyard, but on this one, I benefit from it, so it stays on. And again, it also just feels great in hand. It's a small, minimal knife. Great for EDC. And did I mention the price on these guys? They start at $40. $40. Now, I think this one's a little more, but this one has Nitro V, so I think this one is around like $50-ish, $60-ish dollars. Still a very solid price, and they only max out at like $80 for, I think it's like S35 or definitely a much more premium steel. But yeah, for Nitro V and this really nice wood handle here, I got no problem at all paying in the $50 to $60 range, which is pretty much where this is coming in at. Now, this is a Kickstarter. I don't even know if you can reserve or get in on the Kickstarter. It may have ended at this point, but there's still a link available that I'll put there for you to at least learn about it. And I'm sure eventually when these are actually dropping, because they're still in production right now, I'm sure they'll be available. I just don't know how many will be available. I'm assuming they will be sold on Kizer's website. So take that for what it's worth. But the Buddy, if you like small fixed blades, is definitely worth keeping an eye out for and getting in on if you haven't gotten on the Kickstarter already. And then we have this guy here. This is very impressive. This is the Smolt. This was the first fixed blade, or the first like true EDC fixed blade that came out of Kizer that I was like, okay, you know what? Sign me up. You've convinced me. You've convinced me. I like this. I love this. Just as minimal as you can be while also being a legit full 4-finger grip, excellent EDC knife, and that is what the Smolt is. This blade steel is going to vary on these guys. This one here is, I believe, Nitro V. Is it Nitro V or is it? This one's 154 cm. But it goes from 154 cm to Nitro V to I think S35. Prices vary as well. They start at $60 and they go up from there. But I love the simple design here and how well it fits in my hand without a lot of excess handle. Just a really good looking piece with another excellent sheath. That is the Kizer Smolt, and probably one of the more popular knives on this list because of the affordability, the design that I think everyone loves on this guy, and just the very, very friendly EDC size. Very hard to go wrong there. Now we're going from EDC to outdoor / survival in budget form with the Kizer Ursa Major. And I just recently reviewed this, and it's not very often that I get excited about outdoor / survival fixed blade knife. That's hard for me. I've always said I'm more of a folder guy, and that's still true. But these knives you're seeing in this video, these are the ones that get me excited. These are the ones that make me pay attention to fixed blades. And this one here has kind of reinvigorated my love for fixed blade knives, or at least the ones that I do love, because this is just a perfect one for me. It feels amazing in the hand. The handle size could not be better. The full contouring going on just feels amazing. The fit and finish on the micarta is phenomenal. The blade design is iconic. It's iconic for a fixed blade knife. This kind of clip point, big belly, slicey, long beast of a blade. It is just so stinking good. And what's even better is the price, because we're talking $70. I mean, get out of here. $70 for this beefy, this hard use of a great budget knife with a nice solid sheath as always. So good. Perfect, strong retention, not coming out. I love the Ursa Major. So much to where I may even just EDC it on the weekend. I don't know. I may have to do that and make a video because I love this knife more and more. Every time I pull it out of the sheath and hold it in my hand, I appreciate it a little more. And again, for $70, there is a lot to appreciate here. The Kizer Ursa Major. Another one that is sold out right now, but this here was one that kind of relit my fire, and it's not a Kizer. This is a Vosteed, and this is the Vosteed Mink. This thing feels so good in the hand. One of the best fixed blade designs I've come across in a very long time. The only thing that I don't love about it is the frag micarta. That's getting a little tattered. I'm really hoping they do another run of these, and it's just contoured micarta, just like the Ursa Major. That would be a dream come true for anyone who enjoys smaller fixed blades, because man, oh man, this thing has a wicked slicey edge. We're looking at nitro v steel. We're looking at a price of $69. This was one of the fastest selling fixed blades I think I've ever seen come out from any of the big budget manufacturers. This thing was gone rather quick. So very strong performer from a selling standpoint. But man, oh man, it's too good to not bring back. It really is. Excellent jimping up top for an extended index grip. Really nice jimping for the standard thumb and just, your regular grip position you would have on this most of the time. Really nice blade to handle ratio and just an excellent feel in hand. This is about as perfect of a small fixed blade as you can get, to where this is not a pocket fixed blade. I probably would not consider this a pocket fixed blade, but it's just a good small fixed blade that I'm in love with. That is the Kizer Mink. So again, like I said, there'll be links to at least follow and maybe get updates, because these have to come back. I know they have to come back eventually, but right now I do believe these ones are sold out. Most of them are available though. This guy here, this one is another one. Actually, let's do this. So this is the Kizer Hair. This is my second favorite Kizer fixed blade behind the Ursa Major. And what I would like to do is take the handle of the Hair and combine that with the blade of the Mink. This handle, this blade, perfection. absolute perfection because you got a thicker, beefier handle here. I love this detail with the G10 liners with micarta kind of like onsets over the G10 liners. It gives it that extra little special touch to where this almost kind of looks like a custom, even though it's nothing close to a custom. From a price standpoint, this guy is starting at $48, which is absolute insanity. Absolute insanity for a knife this good. This is one that I would, and really, to be totally honest, I should have EDC'd this more since I got it. I've carried it probably like 3 times, and that was just during the review process. I have, I travel a lot for work. I have an office-based job, so I just can't carry fixed blades a lot. But man, oh man, this is another one. This is just like the Ursa Major. Once I pull it out, my love for the ergos of this knife just go through the roof because they're just so perfect. Perfect thickness, perfect size, perfect place to put my thumb, and an excellent, excellent blade. One of my favorite Ozzo designs, you guys, and you know how many good designs Ozzo has. It's just hard to hate on this in any way whatsoever. It is a certain type of perfect for me when it comes to a smaller fixed blade. Yeah, it's just amazing. And for $48, it's an absolute steal. So that is the Hair. That is one of my 2 favorite Kizers. These are the 2 guys. These are my 2 favorite Kizer fixed blades, Ursa Major and Hair. And then of course, it's hard not to love the Smolt. The Smolt's pretty good too. But yeah, just so many solid offerings from Kizer. And now we're done with Kizer for the video though, and we have 3 more knives. And these are more expensive. These are kind of where, like, you're thinking to yourself, Wayne's only making this video because he's got a bunch of free budget knives that Kizer sent him. Well, no. We've already looked at a lot more than Kizer. But now we're taking a look at some big boys. Big boys that I bought out of passion for knives. And we're going to start off here. Not a big boy in terms of size, but in terms of price, this was not cheap. This is the Bradford Knives Guardian 3 and M390. This thing is, this is just good. There's not a lot of fixed blades I would easily spend over $150 on. This, I believe when I bought it was like $165, $175. But again, M390, Bradford does a phenomenal job on their heat treating as well as their contouring of the handles. I mean, this thing is like just a fistful. It is just a fistful of a knife. It feels so good. Comes with a nice leather sheath. I would prefer a Kydex sheath. I would definitely rather have a Kydex sheath, but this actually works really well. I carry this scout style, just straight across in my front area, and yeah, just pull it out as needed. Actually holds the knife very well. The retention of this thing is infinitely better than I ever thought it would be. It holds the knife super, super securely. I never have to worry about it falling out. It's just somewhat of a, oh, what is that? Oh, the insert. Okay, that's the first time that's happened. That's kind of ironic. But anyway, like I said, I would still rather have a Kydex sheath. Still love this knife, man. And these are a lot more affordable now, too. You can get them in more budgety versions for $120 going up. These are also American-made. Bradford, USA, guys. American-made knives. So, yeah, all good things there. Great knives to carry, to use, indoor, outdoor. They come in a lot of different sizes, too. I happen to get the smaller version, but you can get much bigger versions of them with bigger handles and bigger blades. Yeah, really, really hard to go wrong with these ones, guys. Guardian is one of the more underrated manufacturers of fixed blades. Or Bradford is. Did I say Guardian? Bradford. This is the Bradford Guardian. Guardian's the model name. Bradford's the maker. Get it straight. Great piece here. Really, really love this one. Then we got this guy here. This is the Spyderco Mule team. This is the version in Magna Cut, which, of course, this was like one of the first knives to come out in the production world with Magna Cut, so I had to have it. And I love it, but I hate this sheath. I really don't like this sheath at all, which is why I haven't carried this knife much. I've actually kind of thought about selling it from time to time. But I even got aftermarket scales for this. So if you buy the knife itself, it does not come with scales. I had to buy these extra, and these were, I think, God, it's been a couple years now. I think these were like $100-ish. I'd have to go back and look somehow. I don't even remember where I got them from. But they feel really good in hand. They really are nice scales. They have a really nice kind of like diamond texturing on them. I honestly don't even remember how much this knife was. Yeah, you can't get this one anymore, but you can get the Spyderco Mule Team knives. But they're usually limited runs. They sell out fast. They're kind of whatever. I was so hooked on getting some Magna Cut in my hand, I just did whatever it took to get some, so I bought this one. But I really do love the knife. The actual design of the knife is great. It is super secure in hand. It has kind of a unique look to it, but it also is very strong of Spyderco's design language, which I think is cool with, of course, the blade circle. It's just a really cool piece. And again, with Magna Cut, Spyderco heat treated it right. Really, really good stuff with the Mule Team series. And again, another one, American made in Colorado. Just good stuff. Good stuff, and I really appreciate it. So I added it to the collection, and I really need to get another sheath for it, because with the new sheath, I would actually carry this thing because I love the knife, but I really don't like this sheath. Good quality, but it's just kind of a pain to get it in and out of, and yeah, not a big fan. Then we come to this guy, which I think sets the bar for a fixed blade. And yes, this may give off to what it is right here if you don't know yet. This is a Chris Reeve knife. This is the Chris Reeve backpacker. And this thing is it's perfect now. When I got it, I'll admit I had to get used to the feel of the handle, because it swells towards the middle of the handle, and it kind of has this angle here to it, to where it kind of requires you to hold the knife in a manner in which your index and middle finger are in the top portion, and then your ring finger and pinky kind of go to the bottom portion, and you feel that, like you feel the dividing going on there. So some people may not love that at first, but I tell you what, once you get used to that, this is it, guys. This is, like, to me, this is the best fixed blade I've ever handled. Excellent blade in Magna Cut, 64 HRC, wicked hollow grind, American made in Idaho. It's everything Chris Reeve does best. And you see it in everything. You see it in the sheath, very minimal, but has perfect retention, feels and looks amazing, has that extra high-end look and feel to it. Yeah, I have no issue with it. I just have no issue with it. Super ridiculously stupid light. So the handle down here is skeletonized. So this is not, it is a full tang, but the inner part of the tang is skeletonized with the micarta handle over it. Nice thickness on the handle. This thing is just made to be the ultimate backpacking knife. Light, long edge retention, perfect heat treat, excellent ergos. It's the full package, guys. It is the full package, and I had to buy one. And then bought one for my brother-in-law as he was getting married to my sister. So it was a gift. It was a lot of things, but yeah, I had to get my own, because man, oh man, I love this thing. About as perfect as a fixed blade can be if I'm going to be totally honest with you guys. And that's it. That was a half-hour-long video on fixed blade knives. We'll see how good this video does. If this gets good views and you want to see more fixed blade content, let me know, and I'll do more fixed blade content. But I don't know. I've always kind of questioned just how much people really enjoy fixed blades. I think I've always kind of felt like a lot of the community is more always leaning towards folding knives, and fixed blades take a back seat. But we'll see. Fixed blades are awesome, guys. From high-end, full-size, expensive ones to $40, $50 budget knives, to everything in between. It is there's a lot to be appreciated in fixed blades, and I see that more and more personally every day, and I hope you do too. Give them a shot, guys. Give them a little more of a shot. because there is a lot to love about this type of knife. And it's where they all started. I mean, the first knife was not a folder. It was a fixed blade, and it was as simple as could be. And where it's come with one of man's oldest tool is just a really cool thing. So let me know what you guys think of this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And until the next one, I'm out.